എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. ഞാൻ തമിഴ്നാട്ടിലുള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് എനിക്ക് കൂടുതൽ ഈ പേപ്പറുകൾ പണിക്കർ സാർ ധാരാളം തമിഴെക്കുറിച്ച് പേപ്പറുകൾ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. എല്ലാ പേപ്പറുകളും എനിക്ക് കിട്ടിയിട്ടില്ല. കുറച്ച് പേപ്പറുകൾ എൻ്റെ കയ്യിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ ഗിരീഷും സോമനാഥനും കുറച്ച് പേപ്പറുകൾ അയച്ചു തന്നിരുന്നു. അതിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ ഒരു ചെറിയ കുറിപ്പാണ്, എന്നാലും 15 മിനിറ്റുള്ളിൽ ഞാൻ വായിക്കാം. ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലാണ് എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. പ്രൊഫസർ ടി ബി വേണുഗോപാൽ പണിക്കർ, I refer to him TBV, approached every dimensions of his research through a comparative lens. His instinct was to compare, contrast, and uncover relationships between languages, cultures, grammatical structures, and literary traditions. Whenever a linguistic feature, a word, sentence, or construction was mentioned in his presence, he would immediately recall analogous examples from other languages known to him. This was not a singular experience to me alone. Anyone who had the privilege of interacting with him likely witnessed the same. Those who studied under TBV remember him as a demanding yet profoundly learned teacher whose intellectual rigor was matched by his generosity and capacity to inspire. Although his scholarship was expansive, he was best known for his erudite comparative studies involving Malayalam, Tamil, and Sanskrit. For instance, in discussions when I presented examples from Tamil, TBV would often supplement them with parallel instances from Malayalam and Sanskrit. He authored numerous papers comparing Tamil and Malayalam across a range of linguistic and literary dimensions. Based on the limited access I have, his observations can be categorized roughly 4 areas. One is diachronic comparison of Old Tamil, Middle Tamil, and Malayalam. Comparison of Tolkappiyam with Sanskrit grammatical treatise. Comparison of Malayalam and Tamil grammatical features. Comparison of lexical items between Tamil and Malayalam. It is a well-known fact that A.R. Rajarajavarma in his Kerala Paniniyam identified 6 key changes that led to the branching of the Koduntamil into a distinct variety by the early Kollam era. They are nasal assimilation, palatalization, vowel contraction, elimination of gender number markers in finite verbs, retention of archaic forms, and mutilation of older morphological structures. According to L.V. Ramasamy Iyer, the morphological features of Malayalam can be directly traced to a stage of speech corresponding to what is now termed early Middle Tamil. In his paper titled TBV Special Features of Malayalam, a Comparative Evolution, TBV affirmed that Malayalam belongs to the Tamil Kodagu subgroup of the South Dravidian branch of the Dravidian language family. To support LV's perspective, TBV provided numerous well-chosen phonological and grammatical examples from Malayalam. He further identified several features that can be traced to Old Tamil. Citing Tolkappiyam Sutras, he offered 4 fresh examples that illustrate changes from Old Tamil to modern Tamil, thereby strengthening the historical link between the two. His deep knowledge of Sanskrit also enriched his comparative insights. For example, he illustrated the retention of archaic features in Tamil by citing Indo-Aryan loanwords such as Arpudam from Sanskrit, Adbhuda, thus demonstrating his ability to seamlessly integrate Indo-Aryan data into Dravidian linguistic analysis. TBV made a significant observation regarding Middle Tamil. I quote, Middle Tamil is a period when Tamil language exhibits remarkable changes. Malayalam does not share these changes and retained Old Tamil features. His analysis, particularly in this section titled Features of Traceable to Old Tamil, offers valuable insights into the linguistic evolution of Malayalam. The observations and examples he provided illuminate the shifts that occurred as Tamil transitioned from its old Tamil stage to Middle and eventually modern Tamil. One of the most noticeable changes in modern Tamil, often observed by Malayalam speakers, is the pronunciation of nasal sounds. TBV offered a detailed description of this phenomenon. He says, in Tamil, my pronunciation with these distinctions may not be appropriate, please kindly excuse me. In Tamil, na and na also fell together due to some changes and also due to retentions. Malayalam has developed a clear-cut overt contrast between all six nations, namely nga, nga, na, na, na and ma. Orthography of Tamil retains all of them, but their phonological oppositions gradually declined in Tamil. The contrast between nga and na was lost in Middle Tamil. Again, na and na also fell together. As a result, the orthographic differences between the initial and final nasals in nyan is never made phonetically. In many dialects of Tamil during the present day, na and na have become hard to distinguish. Hence, pani, labor, and pani, dew, are not distinctly heard in Tamil. This type of reduction is unknown in Malayalam. So far as the member of nasals are concerned, Malayalam resembles Old Tamil more than even Middle Tamil. These observations shed light on the historical development of nasal mergers in Tamil. TBV identified 12 instances where Old Tamil features have been retained in Malayalam. Such evidence may support the argument for an earlier divergence of Malayalam from Tamil. In this scholarly paper, TBV also outlined several features traceable to Middle Tamil, as well as exclusive linguistic changes that are unique to Malayalam. He concludes that pre-Malayalam was the West Coast dialect of Tamil. Describing Malayalam as a very ancient offshoot and much altered offshoot of Tamil, that is told by Caldwell, he cites, is not thoroughly meaningless. The view of Ramasamy Iyer that Malayalam at its earlier stage was allied to early stages of Middle Tamil, a period 5th century AD, is also partially justified. The article Old Tamil Retentions in Malayalam is a significant contribution to the historical study of Malayalam. It underscores the antiquity of the Western dialect, which eventually evolved into the independent language Malayalam. According to TBV, Malayalam has a number of retentions too, characteristic of oldest stage of Tamil or even the pre-Tamil stage. While acknowledging the previous contributions by scholars on this line, like LVR, Govindan Guttimenan and S.V. Shanmugam, TBV enriched the discussions with the new evidences taking into consideration of data from other Dravidian languages, including tribal and languages and dialects. I am leaving out certain examples to score the time. TBV consistently emphasized on several occasions that Malayalam has preserved many core Dravidian features, particularly at the phonological level. In his paper, Influence of Sanskrit on the Malayalam language, he states, in spite of the long history of Sanskrit, loans, even voicing in plosives or fricative articulation, have not become integral part of native phonology of Malayalam. The situation in Kannada or Telugu are quite different. In this regard, Malayalam is as much Dravidian as its close relative Tamil. Another important observation he has made is that Malayalam has two parallel phonological systems, namely Dravidian and non-Dravidian. The non-Dravidian system has many domain restrictions imposed. TBV frequently referred to Tolkappiyam in his discussions on Dravidian linguistics. He used to cite sutras, even I may not remember many sutras, he used to cite on the spot many sutras, in Tamil grammar and Malayalam grammar. His paper, Tolkappiyam Malayalathil, that is about a translation, offers a valuable account and a critical evaluation of two available Malayalam translations. The first was by K.N. Edutachan, who translated the Eduthadikaram and part of Cholladikaram up to the section of Vetumayal. The second translation was undertaken by M. Ilaya Perumal and S.G. Subramaniya Pillai. In this paper, TBV also explores the ancient linguistic features of Malayalam in a subsection titled Tolgapiyavum Malayala Padamayam, illustrating his points with opt examples. One such example is as follows. I am reading Malayalam slowly. Kindly excuse me for my this pronunciation. Tolgapiyam അനുവദിക്കുന്ന ഇരുട്ടത്ത് മഴയത്ത് നിലാവത്ത് തുടങ്ങിയവ മധ്യകാലം തൊട്ട് തമിഴിൽ ഇല്ല, മലയാളത്തിൽ തുടരുന്നു. തൊൽകാപ്പിയ കാലത്ത് തന്നെ ഇത്തരം അത്ത് കുറവായിരുന്നുവെന്ന് അത് ചേർന്ന പദങ്ങൾ ലൈക്ക് പണി വളി പണിയത്ത് വലിയത്ത് എടുത്ത് പറയുന്നതിൽ നിന്നും മനസ്സിലാക്കാം. Much like his personal interactions, TBV's critics of other scholars were marked by subtlety and grace. He criticizes other scholars, but very subtly. The concluding remarks of this paper stand as a testament to that quality. Tolgapiyavum, Veerachodiavum, Nannulum, Nevinadavum, Malayalikkum, Kerala Paniyavum, Leelathilagavum, Tamilirkum, Pagarna Nalgiya, മഹാനാണ് ഇളയ പെരുമാൾ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ സംഭാവന കിഴയറ്റ തന്നെ. എന്നാൽ സൂത്രത്തിലെ പദങ്ങളുടെ സാങ്കത്യമോ വിശദമായ ചർച്ചയോ അദ്ദേഹം ലക്ഷ്യമാക്കിയില്ല. പ്രാചീനന്മാരായ വ്യാഖ്യാതാക്കാർ സാമാന്യ ഭാഷാശാസ്ത്രപരമായി പ്രസക്തിയുള്ളതും തമിഴ് മലയാള സ്വഭാവത്തിലേക്ക് വെളിച്ചം വീശുന്നതുമായ പല കാര്യങ്ങളും പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കും. അവ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നത് നല്ലതാണ്, എന്നാൽ ഹി ഹാസ് നോട്ട് ഡൺ എന്ന് വളരെ സബ്റ്റിലായിട്ട് പറയണം. എഴുത്തച്ഛന് വ്യാഖ്യാനം മുഴുമിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചില്ല. വിപുല ചർച്ച അദ്ദേഹം ലക്ഷ്യമാക്കില്ല. എന്നാലും അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ തൊൽകാപ്പിയ വിവർത്തന വ്യാഖ്യാനം കൂടുതൽ വിലയുള്ളതാണ്. These are the subtle observations. The article Pradisakya Parampariyavum Tolgapiyavum devoted entirely to the Tolgapiyam, the earliest Tamil grammatical treatise, is a detailed comparative study of the Sanskrit grammatical tradition and Tolgapiyam. In this work, TBV identifies numerous instances where Tolgapiyam closely parallels the Pradisakyas, the phonetic manuals of the Vedic tradition. Okay, I will complete it within 5 minutes. TBV identifies numerous instances where Tolgapiyam closely parallels the Pradisakyas, the phonetic manuals of the Vedic tradition. He highlights how these Sanskrit texts, which belong to the Vedic period, share striking similarities with the phonological approach of Tolgapiyam. TBV, a vocal advocate for the study of ancient Tamil phonetics, frequently cited stanzas from Pradisakyas in his analysis. In this article, he offers an in-depth account of Eduthadikaram section of the Tolgapiyam, demonstrating how Tolgapiyas appears to have faithfully followed the methodological principles outlined in Pradisakyas. One such example is as follows. പ്രാതിസാക്യത്തിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന പാരമ്പര്യ സിദ്ധാന്ത സാങ്കേതങ്ങൾ അങ്ങനെ തന്നെ തൊൽകാപ്യത്തിൽ കാണാം. ആ സാങ്കേതങ്ങളെ വിശദീകരിക്കുന്ന സൂത്രങ്ങളിലും ഒത്തിരിപ്പുണ്ട്. I have left out certain areas. He also has cited some Tolgapiyam sutrams like the first sutras of Tolgapiyam, and he talks about why Ra, La, Ra, Na are kept in the end of the alphabetical orders of Tamil, and he says that this is the whatever the native are placed first, then the foreign the exclusive letters are kept at the end. This was not new. He himself says that even Kerala Paninam has observed it. Meenakshi Sundaram, T.P. Meenakshi Sundaram also has observed this. And I am coming to the end. And another paper on Leelathilagavum Tolgapiyam. This is also very important paper. He discusses how Leelathilagam followed Tolgapiyam. He has cited many examples, how especially the Traivarnigar. Tolgapiyam talks about 4 varnas in his Tolgapiyam. Leela Tilakam talks about Traivarnigar, and he says these both are similar, and Leela Tilakam, the author of the Leela Tilakam followed Tolkappiyam. And I am leaving this, and another paper, this is also one of the important paper, the Vamuri Varamuri, Tamil Malayalam. He compares how the spoken and written Malayalam as well as Tamil. And he very, the Tamil is a diagnostic language that he has to be discussed separately, that there is a marked difference between the spoken language and written language. He says that much of difference is not there in Malayalam, but even then these two varieties are merging, and he cites many examples. I am coming to the end. We think it's an in-depth understanding of Malayalam grammar, its evolution, relationship with Tamil and other Dravidian languages, the influence of Sanskrit and Malayalam. TBV was the right person to write a comprehensive historical grammar of Malayalam, which I often urged him. He used to say, Chayyam, Chayyam, Samayam Kittende Balu, Ini Kittige Illalo.